Where do we get back on the path? Yeah, where's the sign? There should be a sign telling us to go back on the path where the detour ends. I can't see them because they're blocked by cars. You need to have a sign down there telling people where to go. Well, it's just basic, common sense. Well, g'day people. I'm on the principal shared path heading towards heading towards Freo, and I'm on Stubbs Terrace. And up ahead of me, there's a detour at this train station. I haven't been through it. All I can see is some signage. So I'm going to see where it takes me and where I'm supposed to go. So it says use other footpath, pedestrians. That's a bit screwball. At least there's a ramp there I could have used. Doesn't tell cyclists where to go. There's no cycling specific stuff. Yeah, they're definitely doing some work there across the path. So it's Overwatch Traffic Services doing this one. Right, so we're back to 50 kilometres an hour. Where am I supposed to get back on the path? Is this where I get back on?
Pardon me?
Is this where we get back on?
Yeah.
Right, so any signs?
I don't know,
Where are they? They around somewhere? Okay, need to ask the traffic guys. Are there any traffic guys in the area? Well, there was that ute back there. There's another one. No, it's nothing to do with it. Okay. Let's do a U-turn, see if I can find a traffic controller. Oh, I reckon I know what's happened. So if I go over on the footpath, I reckon I'll see a sign telling pedestrians to join back there. No, there isn't. There's just nothing. Well, I wonder if there's someone in this ute. Let's go. Well, there's a sign there. Ute's running, there's nobody home. Where do we get back on the path? Yeah, where's the sign? There should be a sign telling us to go back on the path where the detour ends. I can't see them because they're blocked by cars. You need to have a sign down there telling people where to go. Well, it's just basic, common sense. Okay, common sense is in short supply with this detour today. Because, look, when I look at these cones, I can't tell if that means this pram ramp is open or not. It could mean it's shut for all I know. Maybe I've got to go up to the next one. But I'll use this one, but... Alright, the signage there at least, use other footpath. I'll wonder what it will be like on the way back. So again, I just don't get it. Why is there no directional signage there to say detour's finished, get back on the path? I mean, there's a pram ramp here. Yeah, could have used that one. There's pram ramps all over the place. But, I can't tell from the road where that work site finishes. So I don't know which ramp to use. And I might have gone down that ramp and they might have had a sign blocking it off saying, no, you can't use this one. Go somewhere else. You can't tell that as you're riding down the road because you've got all these bushes. So if they'd put a sign inside the pram ramp, side on, to say, this ramp is closed or detour, you wouldn't actually see it until you come up and turn and go, oh, damn it, can't use this. It's just, who is thinking about this stuff? And then who's going and testing it and going, does this work or not? Because clearly, well, I shouldn't have to think. I shouldn't have to use my eyes. I should just look at the signs and follow the signs. A, B, C, D, that's it. Use your eyes. Far out.
Now this video wouldn't have been made if the controllers had just bothered to put up a sign like this one, an arrow and a pedestrian and cyclist symbol in one of these 3-part frames. That's all that's required, just a little bit of common courtesy to tell people where they could get off the footpath or off the road to go on the pram ramp to get back on the PSP. And I noticed on the video, yeah, they actually had some directional signage in the back of the truck, but they clearly just couldn't be bothered using it, or the back of the ute. Now, something else they could have done would be to put some cyclists in lane signs out on the road for drivers. Why is that? Well, they've closed off the PSP. Who uses the PSP? Cyclists. Where are the cyclists most likely to ride? On the road. Why is that? Because the footpath is narrow and it's got pedestrians on it. This is, again, just common sense, which seems to be lacking here. Warn drivers that they're going to see cyclists riding on the road here, because normally they wouldn't see it because they'd be on the PSP. Now, nice to have would have been some bicycle lane closed ahead signage. They could have just put that 50 metres before the detour started on the PSP, just to let you know that when you come around the corner, there's going to be a detour up ahead and you're going to have to get out on the road. Now, I came back about an hour and a half later. The detour had opened up, but I still went on the road anyway, just to have a look at the signage which had been put out for drivers. And I've got to say, there was a completely adequate amount of signage out for drivers, as you would expect. You know, that's what's required for, the safety of everyone involved, for the workers, for the drivers going through. Obviously, you don't want any workers hit by cars or anyone else hit by cars coming through here. So you need plenty of signage to tell drivers what's going on, what speed they can go at, and where they have to go. For instance, what if this road had been blocked off and they had to send drivers around the block? Do you think that traffic controller would have said, oh, just, use your eyes, just, go around the block, figure it out for yourself. We're not going to put any directional signage up to tell you how to go around the block. Now, you might go, oh, it's easy to go around the block, you just go around the block. Well, what if there's one-way streets? Or what if there's cul-de-sacs? Or what if it's like a Canberra-style suburb where you don't just have, like square blocks? Now, one thing I did check is I went up this side street just out of interest to see if they had put signage up here to warn drivers coming out of, I think it's Munsey Street, that there were going to be roadworks ahead, and obviously they should take care. And yep, what did I find? Drive slowly, workmen ahead sign. Now, that may not be associated with a project, but I guess logic would say that it is. So for some reason, they could be bothered walking up here with a sign to let drivers who are coming out of that side street know there's work ahead, but they couldn't be bothered putting a directional sign here, even though they had one in the back of the ute. They just not going to bother pulling it out, putting one up for pedestrians, maybe putting a second one up for cyclists, just to say, here's a pram ramp, thank you very much, detour is over, you can continue on your way. Anyway, so I'm going to send this off to Subiaco Council and see if they can have a look at it. I don't know if they have anything to do with the approvals on this section of PSP. I'm also going to send it off to Main Roads, because I'm assuming that their traffic management group would have had to approve this traffic management plan, and I'm just wondering why they would approve a plan that wouldn't have some directional signage on it to send pedestrians and cyclists back onto the PSP. It's just one of those things to consider when you're closing a PSP. You actually need to consider the needs of cyclists and pedestrians. All right, that's it for today. I hope I'll actually get back up there again today, Tuesday the 24th, see if this detour is still in place and what the signage looks like today. That's going to depend on meetings and the weather. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for watching.